to his first days of playing football as a kid, but he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Motion man right is Rice. Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nnamdi Madubuike able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. And the slot man goes in motion left. That's caught. It's Malone. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Slot man moves right. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 10. Here's James. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashee Rice, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and a yard. On play action, here's Williams. For Marshall, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. On the ground, this is Grimes. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Again, they'll run it with Grimes. And he'll go down at the 28. So back-to-back big runs picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, They want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Marshall, the man in motion. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Flushed out right. And they'll get this down to the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
In motion goes the tight end. Grimes. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To the air, Williams. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7.
What an effort there. Sometimes you hold your breath a bit when you see your quarterback diving for the end zone. You don't want him to land on a shoulder wrong or take a big shot. But he looks none the worse for wear here, and that winds up a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. A 10-play drive that time. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there, and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Joseph. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They run it with James. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the ground, it's James. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. quick throw complete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A big one here early in this Super Bowl. It's 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashee Rice, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. Well, welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here with you as we get set. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll send Marshall in motion left. To throw, Williams. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 13-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now Grimes. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. With a carry, it's Grimes. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
They'll try and run for it. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. To throw, it's Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
First and goal, forget running the football, forget establishing anything. Just put it in the end zone with the pass for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's the definition of catching the defense off guard there. They weren't expecting that.
And that totally goes against type, doesn't it? When you think first and goal from the 1, you're thinking running play.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
So from the 37, here's second and a couple. And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. James, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Hood. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Open man there is Malone. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Looking to throw. Hood. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Here's Williams. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Williams. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Williams. He finds his man, complete. It's Pope. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC's offense ready to take over. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Motion man right is Rice. They'll look to throw here on first down. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down. Back to throw. Hood. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Operating from the gun. Hood. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Williams now throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Marshall. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Williams from the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Up the middle they go. Grimes. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Williams. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff up the middle. Grimes. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a first. They'll keep it on the ground. Grimes. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Throwing to start the drive. Hood. He finds his man. Complete. That's Malone. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Hood. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hood working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground field. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Oh, I think there was a little too much heat on that one. He's trying to hit his running back out of the backfield. Normally you want to get the ball to them in stride. But here, this one's coming in hot. And it tips off his hands and into the arms of the defender.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Looking to throw. Williams. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll run on 1st down. Grimes. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Grimes. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 3 yards out. And the Bears have regained the lead in the 2nd half of this Super Bowl.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. It's James. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Almost time for the final act of this NFL season as we are now through 3 quarters in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Here's Williams throwing to start the drive. And his throw here's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Williams loses the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And we're at the time in the Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Hood. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. From 4 yards out. And the Chiefs have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead,
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. 2nd and 4. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Grimes. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
From the gun, here's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Williams. He's got a man. That's Marshall. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To the air once more. Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Marshall. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. And now here comes Kansas City. And this could become a career-defining drive for some. Down 3. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is where the legends are made in the National Football League as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. They'll keep it on the ground. James. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done. And they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Back to throw. Hood. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Motion man right is Rice. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs have regained the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. He's got Elliott. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Back to throw. For Marshall, that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. He'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. They'll come up now on 2nd down. To throw, Williams. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
To the sideline and incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked him a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
They'll go. Here's Williams. That is caught. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Another great moment for this historic franchise. The Lombardi Trophy once again belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another remarkable season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Charles Davis, all of our crew, for all of you at home, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll do it all again come the fall. Till then, good night from the Super Bowl.